All right, let's get another message for my babes. Just trying to get a message, if we may. What is the message? Let's start out with a spiritual AF. If we may get a message. I'm supposed to be at my mother's or my brother's right now, but I had to come back home because I forgot my passport. I went to my brother's to drop off my baby Mooski Goo Maximus, because I'm gonna go to Mexico in the morning. Since I live 3 hours from the border, way cheaper dental treatment, and I do have a background in dental, and it's not recommended. But when you don't have a big old bag, you gotta work with what you got. So we're gonna go to Mexico in the AM. Any hickey. Since I had to come back home and I can't quite go to sleep because I'm so excited about the fact that I reactivated my monetization. It's just so special. What? Seriously, can we just... Yo, so it feels like, it feels like we're making some headway. It's like, yes, we're there, but then, you forget the passport, and you gotta go back. It's like an inevitable amount of backtracking, but if you could just trust that you have more power than you think, and if there weren't just a ridiculous amount of examples out there with everybody and their motherfucking mom plus building businesses and having a better car than me, I would definitely probably not pursue a future. But there's so many people doing the things that, like, clearly I can too. We can too. You can too. So, I just grew up thinking that was for them, and who cares what's for who? What's for you is unlimited potential, and we're tapping into thatness right now. So I'm sorry about the lighting. We're just gonna work with it and get a spiritual AF card to direct us. Oh, if we may get direction for my babes. Let me get my glasses. Okay. It says, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. It is my bedtime, so it's gonna take me a second. What? Okay, yeah. Oh shit, I knew I was gonna forget. I need to call my girl. Damn it. Let's just read the back of it. If you wouldn't say it to your friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. It's like the internal dialogue needs to be cleansed. Although, no, not although. The internal dialogue needs to be cleansed. Don't say those things to yourself, because you wouldn't say that to your friend. So speak to yourself like you would not even your friend, like your grandma or your dog. Or it's like, we're so hard on ourselves. Okay, so we're cleaning up our internal dialogue at the moment. Let's just read this. It says, check your thoughts with this simple test. When you catch yourself being a jerk, respond the way you would if somebody was saying that shit to your best friend. A simple bitch please usually does the trick. Excuse me. Today, say as many bitch please is to yourself as you need to shut your jerk down. Okay. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. Cleansing internal dialogue. I'm getting so much. Let's get personally, I have a pretty I can't, the only word that's it's my bedtime, so I'm running on fumes. But the only word that's coming to mind right now is couthful. I'm not sure if that's an actual word. It must be. But usually my internal thoughts are pretty couthful. And there are times when I'm like, you stupid dummy. But it's usually because I'm actually a stupid dummy. But anyways, let's just clean up our internal thoughts. If you wouldn't say it to your grandma or your best friend, then don't say it to yourself. Speak to yourself like Mama Bear, as much as possible. All right, so let's get, I don't know. Let's see. Who are you? Who are you? Let's see. Who are you? This is like an archetype energy. Oh shit. And I know there's a bunch of us here, so it's general, but there's always a dominant energy to pull. It's like somebody has a little more pull. There are those of you who are just have a little more focus and concentration on some path that brings in extra energy, and so you just inevitably are a little more powerful as it pertains to connecting with me in the readings. And so somebody here is embodying energy that is fencing. It's like you're on the fence of how to speak to yourself. And so we're going to clear that up. I'm going to show you who you actually are and why you shouldn't hesitate to speak anything but admiration, or it's like somebody here is so powerful and they almost don't even know it. Speaking to themselves, speaking themselves, which is easy to do when we are surrounded by people, places, or things that aren't at the same level. And so that saying about how you are reflecting the 5 most prominent people in your life rings true for sure. So let's say, let's just, if you could just observe the 5 most prominent people that affect you, or the most the closest proximity to you, those 5 people. I don't even have 5 people in my life, so whatever. So, but those 5 people, out of those 5 people, pick the one that is affecting or influencing you the most, and really observe and dissect and discern who they are as a person, because whoever they are as a person is affecting your internal dialogue. I know those that are trying to get somewhere know what I'm trying to say. So we're going to tap into an energy, more than that, an archetype energy that describes or defines or reflects you in a way that you perhaps aren't quite acknowledging, to your own detriment. It's like, don't base your worth or validation or value off of those people that you surround yourself with, unless they are truly on this trajectory of elevation. Then there would be no question. But anyways, we're going to tap into an archetype energy that will help you understand that you are not allowed to speak to yourself in any sort of negative aspect. If you have been, we're going to prove it. Well, not prove it, but like, yo, as far as I'm concerned, this proves it. And since I can see both sides of the spectrum, I can flip the energies even if it comes up. So, I mean, like, it gets to the point where you look tricky if you have to, but like, yo, I'm not trying to convince anybody. For those that know, all things are possible, then you know. And anyways, oh my god, I cannot. If you didn't know, you're a hero, a heroine. If you didn't know, among the people you are in proximity to, you're the one. You're a hero to not only them or yourself or the community, but the world. And the fact that you are here and pulled a card that says, if you wouldn't say it to your friend, don't say it to yourself, it means that you're saying things to yourself that you need to check. And here we are checking it. Blessed. Yo. It just makes me feel so good that I'm connected to people that check themselves, to sometimes their detriment. You don't need to check yourself to the point of detriment. So it's just this dance, this balance to fine tune where your truth lands within self. It is a never ending symphony of let's just read it. Hero, heroine, light attributes, looks like you're not alone. So cool. Light attribute of your archetype energy, my babe, right now that you perhaps aren't quite respecting. If you have any sort of negative dialogue with the inner dialogue. Light attribute, baby. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. If you're passionately trying to be the best self, there is just no room for negative dialogue. It's like you, and anybody that projects that onto you is only because they can't see past themselves. And so that's where isolation comes in very valuable. It's not loneliness. Some of us have to be isolated so that we can recognize our thoughts from others. Light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Passion. Somebody here is on a mission to be free. Freedom of thought, to control your own thoughts. A free thinker. I guess we'll just read the shadow attributes just in case somebody needs to be checked. Let's just read it. Shadow attribute of the hero. Escapism and a false sense of heroism. That's not too triggering. Unless you read real deep into it, it could be, but I don't want to. We're just going to check how we talk to ourselves. If you wouldn't say it to your grandma, your best friend, or, don't say it to yourself. Personally, I have been told that by my best friend, actually. She's like, you're the best cheerleader who have ever lived. And it's just like, that means so much because I want nothing but the best for everybody, and to feed into persons, places, and things only the most positive energy that I can manifest into them. When others suffer from lack of, let's just keep it simple, empowerment, there is for the empaths, we suffer simultaneously. And so the desire for us to want to uplift people so desperately is not, it comes from the fact that we suffer from the ones that are, anybody we're connected to anyways. It's like any suffering that they suffer, we are so sensitive and understanding that we also suffer. And so it is in our own benefit to uplift them, because if they are uplifted, then so are we. And so anyways, it's like the motive is not just from anywhere. There is a reason why we are desperate to uplift those who are suffering, because until they stop suffering, we suffer too. It is not cool. So the power of connection is a thing. And so when we speak to ourselves with an uplifting dialogue and feed it to our closest friends, family, co-workers, that's the spiritual fight of the internal dialogue. Are you worthy? Yes. Are you breathing? Then you're worthy. All right. Even if you hold your breath for eternity and you don't breathe, you're still worthy. So that was a terrible example. More of my point to be made would be from the fact that, is like, I feel like my existence presents a little bit of a problem to the point where it could destroy institutions and countries and a whole culture, just because the truth trumps. And so when you have to struggle to feel worthy of just the fact that you exist is a whole thing. That's the hidden spiritual war. What gives you the right to breathe or live or be when you potentially could cause so many problems? But you don't have to fight something outside of truth. The truth is the sword, and the truth is the winner. And if you're on the right side of truth, then you don't have to do a whole lot. Just keep the inner dialogue on point. Keep checking it to make sure you're not speaking to yourself false illusions. Nope, the truth is you don't have to fight to be worthy. The fact that you just are is like, doesn't it get tricky? It gets real deep. I'm sorry, I just don't want to go to the places where those thoughts are up. So we're just going to talk to ourselves. Let me tell you, yo, you're beautiful, you're worthy. You don't need to do anything but literally just sit there and exist with your radiance and the fucking love. It is just natural. Just naturally being the person you are, just the love. If at the very least, your purpose is to just be an example of love. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. You guys already know I have a lot to say, and I can't say the things I want to say until it's time. So meanwhile, we stay ready, prepared, keeping up with the details within the mind, body, and spirit. And so when something I don't know, but to be ready is priceless. It's like, how did you know? He's like, well, it doesn't matter if I knew or not. But the fact that there could be something to prepare for, I just figured, well, I might as well prepare just in case. So, kept it 100, just in case. And guess what? It's too much goodness to look forward to, because the truth is prevailing and it is special. Straight up magic. I can't. Any Husky, I'm just gonna leave it right there. I love you guys so much. I hope that helped. Until next time.